Hey everyone, it's Happy Dude, and I'm gonna show you how the launch control in an Audi S3 works and what it can do. Alright, let's start. So I'm going to press the menu button right here. And then we go to car. And here we have all the different modes. And you can change them in this menu with this turning button, or you can also press this. First you have to double tap it. The first time you press it, the mode will come on the dashboard right here, and when you double press it, it will change every time you press the button once. And you can also see it change right here as you do. Alright, let's start with the first one, efficiency. In this mode, the car will actually reduce boost, and that will result in less power. And you will feel that, by the way, when you stomp on the gas. Also, the throttle response will be a lot slower. And it will also go very fast through the gear changes. Just under 2000 RPM, it will already be in the next gear. And all of that combined will result in a low fuel consumption. Alright, time for the next mode, comfort mode. So in this mode you will have more power available to you. The boost will come on sooner and the throttle response will also be a bit faster. And it will also shift a little bit later in the RPM range. But that all depends on the position of the gas pedal. So if you only have a little bit of gas like this, then it will shift around 2000 RPM. If you push it in half, then it will be around 3000 RPM. If you go almost completely down, then it will shift at around 4 or 5000 RPM. And if you push it even more down, then you will hear a click. And then it will activate a sort of sport mode temporarily, and then it will shift all the way at the end of the scale. And with this car, that is 6500 RPM. Now, if you find it very annoying that the car changes too fast in gears, then you can let the engine remain in comfort mode, but put only the gearbox itself in sport mode by simply pulling it. When the engine is running, you will see that the S will turn on. And now the car will change gear automatically between 6 and 4000 RPM. If you want to deactivate that, you simply pull the lever again. Okay, let's go to the next mode. I'm going to skip auto for now and let's go to dynamic. And in this mode, a lot of changes happen. So dynamic is simply just sport mode. It's all so confusing for me. That's why I decided to make a video about it. So in this mode, there's no more delay in the gas throttle. It's very direct. So in this mode, the gearbox will be in sport mode. So that means that the clutch will close very fast. Also the engine will have its full boost, and the gear changes will happen between 4 and 7000 RPM, depending on the position of the gas pedal. And when the engine is idling, you will see that the RPM will rise above 1000 RPM. And also the exhaust valves will open up completely. Even the steering wheel goes into sport mode and becomes heavier. And now the mode that I always use, and that is individual. So it's basically the same mode as dynamic, so sport mode, but we can customize it. And we do that by pressing the right button on the bottom. So that is this one. So in here we can change the motor and drivetrain. So that means engine and gearbox. You cannot separate them, by the way. They are always connected. And if you press it, you can change it to auto or comfort. And dynamic is sport. Same for the steering wheel. I leave that in comfort because I hate it when you have a very heavy steering wheel. And motor sound, that is the valve in the exhaust. So dynamic sport is open, comfort is close, and auto, then it will do it all on itself. Now, if you're too lazy to change all these options and functions, you can always put it into auto. In this mode, it can go to efficiency or comfort or sport, and it all depends on the position of the gas pedal. Now, I never use this mode because I want to decide what the car does. And that's why I also put the gearbox into manual mode when I'm driving for fun, because I want to decide in which gear the car is. And you can use that into every mode here. It always works. And it will only change gear when you press the flippers on the steering wheel. Otherwise, it will remain in that gear, except when you hit the limiter or when the engine is sensing that it's going to stall. Then it will also change gear. Now, when you're not in manual mode, you can also change gear by pressing the flippers on the steering wheel, but it will not remain in gear. It will automatically shift gears. Then we also have the traction control. When you press it once, you will see this message right here. That means it's not completely off. It's only, I think, 50% or something like that. And if you press and hold it, it will go on again. So if you want it completely off, it needs to be on first, and then you press and hold it for 5 seconds, and then you will see a different message on the dashboard. See? Now it's completely off. And in this mode, we can activate launch control. And again, you can change all these modes on the console right here or with this button. And you can do that while parked or driving, it doesn't matter. Now the car will actually remember the last mode when you turn the car off. But it can be confused with the exhaust valve. Sometimes it opens, sometimes it doesn't. So that's why I always put it in comfort mode before I turn the car off.